So that is our first little training session that we've done with Macie so far. We just worked on name recall. So basically my theory for that is, or my method is, we feed her half for breakfast so she's not too hungry, and then with the other half I like to do a little bit of training, and then we finish the breakfast in the kennel again. So what I did is call her name and give her the treat, and when I give her the treat I say yes. So that's her command, I got it right. So she's going to associate her name with coming to me and getting that kibble, and then yes, she's learning is, oh, there's something good coming when they say yes, I've done it right. So that's kind of like the universal good girl, because I use good girl a lot more, but yes means that there's a reward coming. Macie. There you go, sweet girl. So we did. Then after that, I let her finish the rest of the second half of her breakfast in our kennel, and then had her wait in there until she kind of quieted it down and was all good to go. And then I let her come out to play and run around and get a drink for just a moment, and then I took her to the bathroom. So when you're house training your puppy, essentially they have really tiny little bladders. So anytime after they have a big play, you want to take them out to the bathroom. Anytime after they just wake up, you want to take them to the bathroom. And anytime after they eat, you want to take them to the bathroom. And anytime after you train, you want to take them to the bathroom. Because they're using their brain and their body, and all of those functions get to moving. And so that's kind of my method. So anytime after something big happens, before we kind of have like a low-key rest moment, take them to the bathroom. Just give them lots of opportunities to go potty. And most of the time they're going to go. If they don't go, that's okay too. Maybe you just checked a little too soon since the last time they've been out. But it's really important just to keep giving them that option, and then you'll start to learn kind of their cues from when they've got to go. Like last night, she had been kind of just playing on her own while I was doing dishes, and she was standing over by the door, and I was like, I wonder if she's got to go potty. So I took her out, and sure enough, she went potty for me. So just being mindful and attentive to those cues. Last night went really well sleep-wise. She only woke up about 4 times. Now I stayed up late just to get her used to hanging out in here and get her used to me. So let her fall asleep on my lap, then put her in the kennel with the door open and hang out beside me while she snoozed, while I did some computer work. And so that was a nice transition of, oh, okay, I can sleep in here. And then of course took her out again before I went to bed. And so she nap lasted from about 11 to 1. And then when I put her back in the kennel, we make sure we don't play at all. We just go out to the bathroom, then we go back in the kennel. I pet her till she kind of falls asleep. Let that door close, and she'll cry just a little bit, but I sit right beside it and put my fingers in there to reassure her if needed. And then she falls asleep because she knows that it's bedtime. It's really important to not play with them when you're in the middle of the night, because you don't want them to, oh, this is fun, let's have a midnight play session. You want them to go back to sleep. So go to the bathroom, go back in the kennel, go to bed. That's all it is. You can wait beside them, reassure them, and that's what we're doing. We talked a little bit about training with the name recall. That is going to be what we focus on here for the first few days. Now you did see me start to be a little bit more specific with the name recall there towards the end of the clip. That's because I want her to learn when I call her name, she is to come and she is to sit in front of me. So that is really important to me, especially because we have little kids. So when Shelby calls her name, I want Macie to run up to her and sit down. If you don't make that part of what you want from them, you might end up with a dog that runs to you and jumps every time you call their name, which, if you're an adult, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not necessarily how you want her to greet other people, and it's definitely not how I want her to interact with my kids, because then she's going to be knocking my kids over all the time. So it's really important to ingrain that in them from the very beginning. So that is going to be our main training focus for the next couple of days. Just name recall, come to me and sit. Name recall, come to me and sit. And then I give that cookie, and when I give it to her and she starts to eat it, I say yes. That way she associates that word with getting a kibble and a nice treat. So as far as training goes, I just use their dog food for the first couple of days. I don't worry about giving them extra treats. Their little tummies are still adjusting to eating dry food. She's been on dry food, of course, for a week or so now, and wet food before that, before they weaned her off of mama. But you just want to be very mindful of what you're giving them. Their stomachs are teeny tiny. So make sure that you're utilizing those feed times for a little bit of training and positive reinforcement and all of that. And then of course with your daily interactions, still be specific of what you want, even if you don't have a treat to give them. Being very consistent is important when they're puppies. That way they know what you expect of them and what is the right behavior you want to have with them, because it's very different coming to live in someone's home after being with their litter mates and everything. And she came from quite a big litter. I say that because both her mom and her mom's sister had litters at the same time. So it was just the two of those litters combined. So there were about 16 or 18 puppies all in there, hanging out and playing and sleeping together. So this is a really big transition time for her. But she is doing really good. And so that's all I've got for today. And I'll give you guys, I might do some weekly updates or take little snippets of the pieces we're training on. And as it gets warmer outside, I'll film some more of our outside stuff as she gets to know everything. And I think now she's kind of curling up for a little snooze.